Come with the green buildings. But, excuse us, sorry. What is everybody like?
You're like rubbing the screen while you're live.
I know, sorry. So yeah. Hey guys. I've got the faithful slave here with me.
I've got posters made by one Stacy Lopez.
Yep.
Why does it look backwards?
Because it's backwards.
Huh.
Let's see some. Oh, hi Kay. Look at what she says. It's the same people. They're the ones who enjoy coming out here and hating themselves. Hating themselves, I guess. Yeah, we just stay right here.
In this little area. Oh, you got to go up.
Y'all really enjoy apostate interaction, don't y'all? Can't get enough, can you? Hey. Hi, Shell. Hi, Daryl. Vegan kid, Bob's daughter, Southern boss lady. I'm putting you on my pocket. Can y'all still see? Those witnesses are a cult. So, how do you classify a cult? You use what's called the fight model. Behavior control, information control, thought control, and emotion. Oh yeah? Okay, ready. Wait, do you want to? There you go, yeah. This is how you know you're in a cult. Behavior control, information control, thought control, emotional control. Ring a bell? Behavior control, the way you're acting right now. Information, the fact that you won't look up jw.org. jwfacts.com. Thought control, because you're not allowed to think for yourself. And emotional control, because you shun your loved ones. Okay. I wonder if you can see them behind us.
Okay, let's move.
Sorry if this is kind of like hard for y'all to hear or weird for y'all to see, but I just figured I'd want a little glimpse.
Alright, so I'm gonna stand on this side.
We might get another.
Right here. Come over this way.
Get all the posters out.
Tape them to the bench.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's allowed. This is so cool, guys. I've got a faithful slave here helping me protest this cult. This is really cool. Let me get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really cool. Okay, guys, so you can see Parker's poster here. I've seen this in one of my.
Witnesses are against higher education.
Let me get all of them.
I really like this one because you got quotes from
Yes.
The Awake. Awake, 1989, May 8th. What career should I choose? A university degree may or may not improve your employment prospects, but one fact is indisputable: the time left is reduced. For all its presumed benefits, would 4 years or more in a university be the best use of that remaining time? But there is danger in encouraging them to take up a lifestyle centered on education and financial security instead of true worship. Plans for a life that subordinates spirituality to worldly goals can snuff out a young person's desire to serve God. A life marked by secular ambitions and pursuits, even if these seem very successful, is ultimately a life of futility. Nice.
Yep, directly quoted from the Watchtower and the Wake magazines.
Did you already
Taken
get
off of jw.org.
Oh. So yeah, these guys are here to discourage higher education on campus, which is pretty ballsy, I think.
Very ballsy. You guys are ballsy. Okay. Really wishing I had less curly posters.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
there we go. Actually, this is working out.
Behavior control, information control, thought control, emotional control.
So dramatic.
Young, beautiful Stacy Lopez. I'm asking JW to hold the camera so I can get both of us in the shot together.
Oh my god, are you really? Are you really? That would be
hilarious.
so funny. These two are especially peculiar.
Are you still live?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
What's up?
Super busy right now. This lunch is about to happen.
JWFacts.com, everybody.
Classified cult.
PhosphateArmy.com.
Written off a letter. So funny.
What?
Okay, you are a crazy. I have school at 16, but I'm still a genius. Yes, you are. Okay. I left school early too, but that's because I wanted to share the good news of the kingdom. Good news of destruction.
Witness, drop out of school, stand by card.
And ignore
Best
people
use
and
of
ignore
your
your
life,
loved
young
ones.
man. Right. How's it going, man?
Hey.
JWFacts.com. You can learn all about those guys.
The
Not
ones
against
behind you
them,
are.
We just don't want them to do any more harm to anybody's lives.
No, he's asking if we're against higher education.
Oh, no.
Jehovah's Witnesses are.
Wait. Are you protesting Jehovah's Witnesses?
We are.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we're former Jehovah's Witnesses, so we know the insides, and they shun us because we know about their corruption. So we can go up to them, say, "How are you, sir? Good afternoon," and he will look right through me.
For real.
Yeah, I've got several videos of him doing that on YouTube.
All right.
All right, man. Have a good day.
All right. Let's watch them put on a different face.
How you doing?
He just lied.
You said they're not against higher
Yeah, he said
education?
he should know. He should have said no.
No, they've never said anything about discouraging higher education.
Right? Oh. I wish I could still live stream and get it on my phone. Someone will look up jw.org for them.
We got the quotes right here.
I know. But maybe you need to see it directly. Did you see that, guys? He totally lied. He said, "Are you guys against higher education?" And he said, he shook his head no. But we've got right here just a few of the probably hundreds of quotes from their.
Even the governing
I kinda
body
wanna know what they're
member,
saying.
Tony Morris, he's like, why would you immerse yourself in an institution of higher learning?
Right.
This quote, their quote.
Yeah.
So what you guys got today?
Hi, Dorothy.
Witnesses are against higher education.
Yes, ma'am. I took these quotes directly from their website, jw.org, that they advertise right there on their cart. Those are just a few.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ultimately, they want that young man to start a Bible study and then drop out of
Yep, see.
school so that he can stand by a cart.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
what they think the most valuable
Well, you
use
know,
of young man's time is going out in
Well,
service.
that's kind of strange to me because the early Paul was a highly educated person who was the apostle to the Gentiles. I mean, he was highly educated, fluent in several languages. I don't see what's wrong with higher education.
It takes away attention from their organization. When people start thinking for themselves, they start not following the leader so much. The independent thinking is a danger to said cults.
When you're on campus, you're immersing yourself in an environment of people who are well-learned, very opinionated, and you're likely going to hear something that goes against their beliefs. So it is a danger for a cult to have your members be actively a part of higher education.
Yeah, I can see that, but you know, Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge, you name all those mega, institutes, they were all started by Christian people.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
I don't see what.
Because it's a public place and I'm allowed to record. Are you related to him? Are you friends?
No, I just wanted to know why y'all were recording that.
Oh yeah, we were protesting and kind of exposing this behavior to the world because a lot of people don't realize that Jehovah's Witnesses are a cult and that they're against higher education. And I have videos of them being really, really, really rude to us and then turning around and, well, I'd have to.
Show me the videos.
Yeah, sure. I'm kind of sensing some
Which
like
one is your
frustration.
I mean, no, if you're saying that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
okay.
videos, I just
Which one? You sure?
One's your
I've got a billion of them. The Invigorate Your Ministry is pretty good.
that's not a valid website either for information.
JWFacts.com?
Yeah, that's
Ah,
Why'd
so
you
you
say
must
that?
be associated with Jehovah's Witnesses because
No,
you're
I'm
pretty
just saying.
defensive against them.
They actually take scans
this-
of old literature and
Yeah.
quote it directly on the website.
These were taken from jw.org. Do you think that's reliable?
let me find out.
Okay. Cool. Well, this is good because a lot of people don't actually fact check, so at least she's fact checking.
Just using quotes from their own literature is the things that stood on their JW broadcasting videos.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sweet.
Cool.
Yeah. She's definitely a JW.
What did you say?
I said you're definitely a JW or something. All right. No, but take a picture, yeah.
To try and get people to see your viewpoint, that's not very kind.
What?
I think that.
To say that you're a
Can
JW?
I ask you, what's the difference
like
between what we're
whisper.
doing and what they're doing?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
What's the difference between what we're doing and what they're doing?
They're doing it very peacefully.
How are we not
Wow, we're not being peaceful.
I came to ask for information and she started attacking me, and then she.
I attacked you. She's definitely a JW.
How is she
Persecution
attacking you?
complex. Wow. Look me up, Stacy Lopez on YouTube. Yeah.
Do you want to give your name also?
Brian Parker. I'm all over the internet, so this is,
Yeah.
I'm completely comfortable.
Yeah, I'm
on
totally
video.
comfortable.
Alright.
I love your.
Faithful slave
love
on
your
YouTube.
attitude.
I've got over 4,000 subscribers.
No, he's pushing 5,000.
Pushing 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's more about like getting followers on social media.
Well, that's what you like to believe, but we've actually helped a lot of people wake up from the cult. So
How many people specifically?
I don't have the statistics.
Pushing like 5 people who have emailed me saying that my videos helped them get.
Oh yeah, I've had a whole lot of emails. I still need to get those together and
compilation.
yeah, because I mean nothing. You can't find any lies on our videos. There's all truth. Jehovah's Witnesses are a cult. This is how you can classify a cult. Behavior control, information control, thought control, emotional control, based on their loved ones. They have a very high rate of suicide, ex-JWs especially, because their loved ones.
They tell their members not to accept blood transfusions, which
Yeah.
a lot of deaths.
And the biggest one, look up AE, Leah Remini, Scientology in the Aftermath. They did a episode on Jehovah's Witnesses. And it was really, really tragic. They discuss all the sex abuse cover-ups, the scandalous with the blood doctrine, how it always changes, and people who died from refusing blood back like some years ago, now things have changed, their doctrine has changed, and they could have survived. And even
Also-
vaccines too, like they used to be against vaccines.
The CTV W5 special that we were both on.
That's
it's
another really good one.
It's a huge documentary in Canada that was nationally aired. Over a million people saw it.
Like a website, and then y'all asking me to go watch documentaries and videos.
To do your own research, yeah.
So,
And you seem like you're willing to do your own research, which is really good. Yeah. So that's all we want as well. We want people to do their own
Look at
research.
the Australian Royal Commission where they found over 1,000 pedophiles that were not reported to the authorities in court. It's a big scandal.
Yeah, we have a lot of really close friends who have suffered their whole lives growing up as children, being sexually molested and having their abuse swept under the rug. Even though the elders knew about it, they won't go to the police.
Our good
They
friend
call it.
Trisha Frengia is part of a $66 million class action lawsuit in Canada because of the JW policies on child sex.
she's
Yeah.
okay with you saying her name and everything.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
on
she's
YouTube
a
too.
big-time activist.
We're all a part of this movement trying to get this information out there.
Okay.
What was your name? Wow. Oh, so this is Nick. This is my former Russian. He was in my Russian class. Do you want to hold a poster? Oh my God, this is so cool. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, how
All right.
many do you have in there?
I have, I think, 4 more. I heard you guys lie about your education stand, but I have some quotes from jw.org right here on this poster. And this is just a few of the many. See, they don't even look at me. They're so rude. Did you hear that girl? She's like, she's attacking me. That girl said I was attacking her by saying she's probably a JW. That's pretty funny. Oh, we need somebody to take a picture.
Right.
Oh, thank you for helping us.
You're welcome. I can help for a little bit. Yeah.
Nick,
Then I have to get back to this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, help Jehovah's Witnesses ask them to research outside jw.org. Use Google. So easy to use Google.
They have information. You know, so do you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just crazy. It's crazy what's happening these days. And I was talking to one of my friends.
Have migrated, or well, not migrated, but
They're everywhere. They're everywhere now. So
amazing.
yeah.
Wow.
So he's
So they're not banned in Russia?
No, they're not.
Scientologists, so the Jehovah's Witnesses are banned in Russia, but Scientologists are not.
It's weird. Well, they don't have any teachings, I think, that go against the government.
That's probably why. Yeah.
And put you guys in my pocket. Hope it doesn't hinder the microphone too much.
Yeah. So it's things. I'm like, wow. Like, quit. Just look at it for yourself. Think for
Yeah.
yourself. Come on.
It's like, oh, you guys are trying to like get people to go look up documentaries and stuff. It's like,
She was like, she was very passive aggressive. I know, right?
it's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to.
And then she knows
ask
about
people to
JW.
Look up stuff.
She knows about JW Facts apparently. She's like, that's not
It's
a.
not a reliable website. No, well, we just use your information, your literature.
Yeah,
comes from
this-
your,
That came from jw.org right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy because so the first time we came onto campus, he talked to them, and they actually talked to him because they didn't know he was an ex-JW. And he caught them in a lot of lies. But he was so nice to them. He was so
Right.
nice, and then she was like, "You're being confrontational."
The confrontation.
She said,
I was
"You
like,
haven't done enough research."
I'm like, I think we have a different definition of what confrontation
Right,
is.
exactly. Yeah.
All right, folks, I'm back.
Hey, oh yeah, I wanted to tell you. So they said, when you asked him that, he said, no, we're not against it. These came from jw.org, that website he,
Their publication.
yeah, those are their
This was in
publications.
1989. Okay.
They have a lot more recent ones too, 2011, 2018. They've got it all over their JW broadcasts.
And like, it's not like they're trying to destroy higher education or anything like that, but they want you to start Bible study and eventually devote yourself whole soul to standing by carts and going door to door and quit your education.
Yeah, and it's not even to God or Jesus, it's to the Watchtower organization.
They'll put pressure on you, you know, like, well, you could be doing more for Jehovah, the Armageddon's coming any day now. And that's what they do, they guilt trip their members into putting higher education or not pursuing stuff like that. I was raised with the thought that Armageddon's coming any day now, higher education, college is a waste of time. That's what we were taught.
Yeah, me too. I I became a Jehovah's Witness when I was about 18. I was going to college, 4.0, and I was pressured and I dropped out. And of course, it was my own decision, but I was lied to, I was influenced, and a lot of JWUs are also heavily pressured, lied to, threatened to lose their loved ones. So it's a problem.
I can see them doing that, but how do they define? Do they only define service to doctrine? You can be in service of God. I mean, you can be in service of God in a multitude of ways. So basically, what I'm hearing from you, correct me if I said anything wrong, they pressure you that, you know, life is not all about, you know, getting an education or making money. It's literally about converting as many souls as you have to.
Right,
You can
right.
shelf everything else to convert as many
Yes,
souls.
absolutely. Hit the nail on the head.
What I will say is this: I don't believe in Jehovah's Witnesses doctrine. I think that they misinterpret the Bible, but at the same time, this quote on its own is correct in the sense that a university degree may or may not improve your employment prospects. That's fact. If you go to college and you study
I agree.
poetry, I'm not dissing poetry majors, you may not improve your job prospects.
True.
Time left is reduced, also correct. Now,
If you believe in the doctrines.
Yeah.
true. If you believe in Christianity,
Right.
which I do,
Right.
all time is left, and then the last part for all his percent benefits, 4 years, then the remaining time. That last part, you know, is the key part. It's like, how are you going to use your time? You know, I had a coworker who was older woman, you know, Jehovah's Witness, seemed like an intelligent woman, older, you know, assistant manager of the store. And I know that she was a Jehovah's Witness, you know, until it came up one time. I think whether it was a birthday or Christmas, and she was like, oh, you know, something like that. I was like, oh, shit, okay, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, I can see that they encourage people to say fuck earthly possessions. And, yeah, it's tough for me because my only problem with them is the doctrine. I don't know what the church organization is like. Maybe it's
Yeah, it's pretty.
I can't speak on that.
Well, we use this poster in particular here because to me, I just think it's kind of ballsy to basically a religion that discourages higher education is on campus. You know, like to me, that's just like a little ballsy.
Like you're trying
Like you're gonna go to a campus knowing full well that on Sunday you're gonna hear the brothers talk about you shouldn't go to college. You should devote
They
yourself.
shouldn't tell you.
Like they actually look down on the people who are coming here, and they've got an attitude about these people that they're worldly, that they've got worldly ideas, Satan's thinking, and it's creepy. I don't like it.
If they're actually saying that or believe that, maybe they do.
Yeah, that's why I dropped out, you know, when I was in.
And the reason I say they're stupid is because the world is earthly. And I have a problem with Christians. I mean, Christians have to, you know, say we're not the world or whatever, we're not part of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not,
Best way to get pictures.
if you're gonna change the world, you have to be in the world.
Right.
Do some worldly things.
Yeah,
And that's another problem I have specifically with the JWs is that there is no effort amongst this entire group, which is about 8 million strong. No, 8 million
8 million.
strong.
Yeah.
They've basically resigned themselves from trying to do anything to change the world scene. They're waiting for
Oh, yeah.
Armageddon only. Okay, so they don't vote. They don't get involved with charity.
They don't do
pay
humanitarian
higher
works.
education, So there's no research for cures or anything like that. They're not a part of anything to make the world a better place because
Yeah.
they've written it off as a
In
failed
addition, there's
experiment.
also the shunning of relatives that don't agree with what you're doing. How can you?
Man, you look familiar. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, you're
I don't
fine.
know why I see you.
It's fine. Yeah, but how are you going to improve the planet if you can't even keep families together? Does that even make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense. And again, I'm just hearing your side and y'all's accusations. But let me compare like to Mormons. I don't know if you know anything about Mormons.
Very
A
little.
little bit.
Yeah,
Very
it's
little.
just
Okay.
a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, well, Mormons, my best friend is a Mormon, and they're actually the opposite. Encourage higher education, encourage being your best self, encourage economic independence, and they believe, and again, I don't believe in their doctrine as well, but they believe that, the more information, more information is never wrong.
Good.
Even though they're giving the people false information.
Yeah.
More
It's
information
tricky.
is
It's
never
tricky.
wrong. I mean, the prophet, believe it or not, in about 2005, encouraged church members to pursue IT and information systems.
I respect that.
App creating and all that shit, because they saw that this is where the future of the world is going. And if you go look at all the like the top people who study like management information systems and business management, business machinery, IBM, basically. Go look at all those people in that field that are doing well. Most of them are Mormons.
Yeah.
They're just like, spec.
Even the Catholic Church recently has gotten a lot more progressive with a lot of the things that they've, like the Pope has said. You know what I mean?
I think
Oh, yeah.
I think that book was stupid. I do. And the reason I say that is because what is getting more progressive? I mean, as somebody who believes in the faith, you can't come out and say something like, hey, maybe we should redefine the doctrine and say abortion is okay, marriage is okay. It's not by Christian law. Now that does not mean that if somebody is gay, you should shun them or treat them like they're less. It's just saying that same-sex union is not the best for the future.
I think it's just a pushback against sort of the literal interpretation of the words, because a lot of problems that you end up having when you take the Bible literally is that there are a lot of contradictory statements that can lead to a lot of confusion.
There are, but if you understand the Bible, you'll know that a lot of the laws there were a lot of laws. And Jesus Christ, the reason Jesus died was to abolish the law. It doesn't mean that the law is still not the law. It's just saying Jesus Christ is your defense attorney.
Right.
Now,
So you have like a statement by Jesus saying, love your neighbor as yourself. And you have statements like, you hasn't committed sin, throw the first stone. And then you have people trying to say that all gay people are going to be destroyed by God. It's like, well, I mean, that kind of, which one do you take over that? You know what I mean?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a message of love.
How's it going?
Okay, people are not going to get destroyed by God. All sinners are not going to get destroyed by God.
Say that one more time.
The people that God will not.
Yeah, like
The people that will not be in God's kingdom
Oh,
at
no,
the end
you know,
are
ask
people
like
who don't
any
believe in
like
Jesus.
ex-Jehovah's
So
Witnesses,
if
like,
somebody
for
comes and
example,
tells you that all gay people, no gay person is going to go to heaven, they're lying.
Research outside.
And there's a lot of Christian groups that say that.
Yeah.
And they're lying.
JWs are only allowed
See, that's
to
a
look
more
at
reasonable
Yeah,
position.
they're more.
Only allowed
It's not
to
even.
look
I don't even believe
what
it's
they're,
reasonable. I just
what
believe it's
Jehovah's
fact.
Witnesses hold.
Yeah.
You know,
They don't
all gay people are going
If
to
they
hell.
were to look at
Everybody's
Google or
going
look at
Right.
any sort of
That's
documentary, whatever,
that's
they
what
would
people don't
find out
understand.
the
All
truth
gay people are going to hell.
about what is really going
Every
on.
single person.
And that's
And so-
because they have information control. And
If
so
you-
what we mean by that is just like
I
you
just
said,
felt
you know,
one
encourage them to
teeth
do
in
research.
God's eyes,
You know,
both committed
It's
sin.
the
Right,
person to
right.
think for
And
themselves,
so,
because
whenever
if
people,
this is
whenever
all you're reading
Christians,
is
Christians do
never
this a
know,
lot,
you know,
they try
what-
to
they're
rank
preaching that their way
Right.
is
and
the
say,
only way.
yeah, I
and
told a white
that,
lie, but there's
in a
no way in
sense,
hell
is,
I'm as
you
bad
know,
as this drug dealer.
leads to wholeness.
Right.
Or there's no
So
way,
you
and that's
yeah, and it's hurting
That's
people.
really
There's a lot of
one-
they're not serving
or the one
God.
thing
They're not
that's
serving
holding
Jesus. They're serving
Christianity
the leaders
See, that's an
who
interesting.
are at the
Mass
headquarters in New
Interesting
York.
thought, and I've never even.
So
not do mass
they're instructed to stand by
So,
carts,
I have not before
not
thought of
talk
it
to
that
former
way. Like, there's
members,
never
even if
really
they're
been
their
anything
own
in the
mothers or
Bible that
fathers,
says
sons,
right.
daughters.
Yeah,
They're
the-
instructed
the-
to,
I'm
like I said,
assuming you were
all of
familiar
this
with
stuff
Jehovah's
here.
I
Witnesses,
was,
right?
yes.
So there was
It's
a time
just
in your life
heavily controlled. The children, they grow up, they decide they don't want to be Jehovah's Witness, even though they've had it shoved down their throats their whole lives. They get shunned, and some of them commit suicide because it's so depressing. And
the church doesn't
they have no social skills. They don't know how to be part of society because when you're raised in a cult,
trying to keep
you
us
don't
from
have that
and
outside, you know,
that's-
education and you know just
Yeah.
you don't need to come.
so.
And you can,
I mean,
and they can
the Bible
tell too, like
encourages
if they,
you to
if
come
an
out
ex-JW
and
talks to
preach
a
the word to
worldly
people,
person,
but it doesn't mean
you know,
that if you don't come out, and
most
preach
likely
the
they
word,
probably
you're
won't
going
even
to
know
hell.
what this
There
worldly
is
person
no
is talking about.
what's
You know,
gonna
and then
determine
their
hell
thoughts as
and-
well. They have to like think about it for a second. Wait, is that my thought or is that the JW talking? You know?
Exactly, and like me and him, we're ex Jehovah's Witnesses, and that's something that's really hard to separate ourselves from. The mentality, like we still struggle. Like,
Like you have,
what are some examples?
you have that dark corner in your brain.
yeah, there's always this dark corner. We get triggers. It's like it's a horrible way to grow up. And the Jehovah's Witness children, they're taken out of school. They're homeschooled. A lot of them are sexually molested, and they have a written policy to not go to the police unless there's a second witness, which is almost like 99.9%. There's never a second witness.
Even when there is a second witness, a lot of time it goes unreported.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's a lot of reasons why we're protesting, and yeah, and it's just kind of spreading awareness. There's that lady over there.
Women as well. You know, women are not looked highly upon.
They're instructed to not get a divorce even when they're being physically
Look at them
abused
being
by
all
their
happy.
husbands.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, they could get disfellowshipped, which means they're shunned from their friends and family, like everyone they've known their entire lives, because witnesses can only have friends and family within the organization. If I was a witness, I could not like meet you, shake your hand, and want to go out for a movie or anything like that. Not a Jehovah's Witness. They feel that you are worldly, and ultimately you're going to be destroyed by God. So you're kind of like you've got Satan on your mind, and he's manipulating you. And it's just a really, and when you grow up thinking all this stuff as being 100% true, it really does a lot to your personality. You're
I
looking
know,
at the
it's yours.
world with rose-colored glasses, like nothing's quite right or clear, you know. And
Right.
like the longer you're out, the less you go to the meetings. Eventually, you start to see clearly and see like
Yeah.
how.
The meetings is what they call church.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, she more JW.
Throwing a lot of it.
Then go.
Some that you guys made, and that would agree as well, because I grew up as a Christian. I mean, I grew up as Catholic. I used to go to Catholic church. I was baptized there as well, but I didn't feel that they were preaching the truth. So I just decided to start studying the Bible on my own, right?
Right.
And right now, like, I'll say that I'm a Christian, but I'm still like a sinner, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean like just because I know the scriptures I'm saved, right? Same way that they preach like the religion, they're not preaching the truth, but they're not lying as well. Same way that you guys preaching the truth, but you guys maybe lying or not, right? You know, like according to what I know, there's only like one God. Some people who use like a lot of different names. They'll be serving like according to what they believe and like how they were like taught, right? According to Jehovah's Witness, the guy that he was living with me for about 70 years, he couldn't do the things that I was doing because that was wrong, right? And right now I'm living with a roommate of mine like he used to be a Jehovah Witness, but he's not anymore because he could not drink alcohol, he could not go out, he could not do a
Right.
lot of things, and he feel like he lost like 18 to 19 years without knowing anything. But he's like an engineering student right now. He's really smart.
Oh, very
Oh,
good.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice,
he
yes.
knows how to
Success stories
communicate
are
with
nice.
society. Should say like if you're like Jehovah Witness, you won't be able to have like society skills, which
Right.
is like
Yeah.
that's not true. That's not. I don't believe that.
It's not true, but they're going to discourage you from pursuing a higher education because that's a lot of time you could be spending doing what they're doing, going out to service.
Hey, VJ, how's it going? Bye, sister. Thanks for listening to us. She goes Yana's congregation, doesn't she? Because she said, "You're attacking me," and when we were talking nicely, that's a persecution complex you guys have. It's pretty funny. But bye. Run away. I guess they didn't want to stand next to me. Oh, they are over there. Where less people will to them over there. Dorothy.
Nice today.
It really is.
It'll be nice tomorrow and the next day.
It is really nice. I love it.
And then it's going to be cold and windy again.
Yeah. Well, at least we get breaks every now and then like
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah, I probably won't come next week. I may come Monday. I don't know. I'll see.
Oh, okay. I thought you were here every day.
Well, yeah, I was, but when it gets cold,
Yeah. I don't blame you.
I have arthritis real bad, and when it gets cold, it really.
Cult classifications.
Huh?
Oh, I was just telling him that this is how you classify a cult.
You had to.
What's that? I like y'all better over there because let be exposed to your corruption. Keep up the good. All right, let's come back over here. This conversation.
They're gonna try and not talk about that until they're converted. They're not going to tell them about the
This handsome man right here.
that makes children who've been sexually abused stay in the religion and sit in a room with their molester because they don't turn in pedophiles to the ordinance. They don't do it. They will not. There is a rule in their books that their elders had, their leaders, that says if there's not a second witness to a little boy or a little girl being molested, they do not go to the authorities. Leave it in Jehovah's hands. He'll work it out.
So what about like the vice camp? What you guys think about like these same issues going on in the vice camp?
Well,
See, like,
None of them.
my thing is, like, we were raised Jehovah's Witnesses, so we feel like it's kind of our problem, you know, like Jehovah's Witnesses is what we
Yeah.
know, and it's like our responsibility to bring awareness to it because nobody else is going to. The Catholics aren't going to show people the dark underbelly of the Jehovah's Witnesses because it's not their problem.
and,
We are ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, so it's
Right.
our problem.
and now if
I'm just helping them out.
yeah, and if I had time to protest all the corrupt religions, I absolutely would. I'm totally against
Absolutely.
I'm against religions. but I spend more time on the Jehovah's Witnesses because I have inside information. I've been there. I've lived the life. I have very close friends who've lived hell. Yeah, personal hell. It's just, it's horrible. And so,
They
yeah.
also feel a sense of responsibility
Yeah.
because they defended this religion. They preached it.
Yeah.
And look,
Oh, God,
look
yeah.
what it was doing to people.
I wasted a decade going door to door telling people this is the right religion, you know, and now I
That's a
know.
good point.
Now you just woke up and you realize that you were being taught the wrong things.
Yes.
So as a Jehovah Witness, like back in like 10 years ago, if you had the opportunity to help like a member of your family, but you're still Jehovah Witness, but you cannot donate blood. So what happened?
You get disfellowshipped if you do it. Like if I donated blood, I would have gotten disfellowshipped. If I a member of my family who is disfellowshipped, I could get disfellowshipped. Meaning, you know, cut off from all of my loved ones. They won't even talk to me or anything.
And that can cause a lot of emotional
A lot, yeah.
and mental pain too. As humans, we don't like to be shunned, not even for 5 minutes from anyone.
Right, and like my kids are growing up, they don't know their paternal grandmother. They have no idea who she is because she's a Jehovah's Witness, and she won't talk to me or their dad because we're no longer Jehovah's Witnesses. And it's really sad.
Just asking this question because there was a guy, he couldn't donate blood to his son, and then his son passed away, right?
Oh,
After a couple of years, he renounced. He was not.
oh
not
my
like,
God, how sad.
He's not Jehovah Witness anymore, but and he regrets. So that's why I was just asking this type of question. So
Yeah.
it's like once again, religion is all about God, nothing more than. It's not about Muhammad. It's not about like those or names that they mention. Like different religions have different names, but there's only one God and that's it. So I don't know who is right, who is wrong. I could say you guys right. I could say they right. I could say I'm right, but at the end of the day, it's all about God.
Just
We
think
don't know, like,
just think of
what
it this way, because religion is getting such a bad reputation these days.
because it's a business.
Uh-huh.
It is very much a business because especially like I'm Catholic. I'll admit that I am Catholic. But there's a lot of stuff in my religion that I don't agree with. Divorce.
So why you still?
Why am I still Catholic?
Because I used to be. I
Yes.
have like I spent 11
My
years.
family is Catholic, and that has been what I've always known. But when it comes to
Oh, 38.
the different principles that we practice,
Shivering. I'm so cold.
like I go with what I agree with, what sounds right, what me on the straight and narrow for the greater good. That's what keeps me. Like the stuff that I don't agree with, like saying homosexuality is wrong, saying divorce is wrong despite your husband beating your wife, birth control as well. There's a lot of stuff I don't agree with in my religion because I always say this. It's not perfect. We're not perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect religion. No such thing as someone who runs or preaches perfectly. There's no such thing. The important thing is to live your life the best you can, and you'll shape your own future through your own actions.
Yeah, very good
And
stuff.
if we're out here, like, so I want you to understand that, like, I don't want to get rid of Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't want to, like, attack them at all. The only reason we're out here is because me and my friends have been trying to put pressure on them to just change a few things. Some key things that are really causing a lot of humans, a lot of suffering, and a lot of death. And so I'm not out here just to be like against God or against Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm just trying to put pressure on these guys to change some of these things that's causing so much suffering and death when it's not even biblically proper to do so. It's not based in the Bible or any
Jesus
godly
didn't
teaching.
shun.
No, he didn't. He said love everybody. Yeah.
And like, so, you're saying at the end of the day, it's about God. Really, just want people to be hurt like this. So for me, like, I'm an atheist. So at the end of the day, it's about how many people are you helping and how many people are you hurting. If you're not going to help anybody, then at least don't hurt them. And so with Jehovah's Witnesses, a lot of them have no idea how much damage they're doing, but some of them do. Like this gentleman over here, he knows because he's an elder.
Yeah.
He knows. They know, yeah. Well, actually, he might not. I'm assuming he is. I'm not sure if he is.
I don't think he is
He didn't
because he
admit
was
to it, huh?
confused about the shepherd logbook
Okay.
for a minute there. I don't think
Because I
he
think
is.
only specific literature elders are allowed to
Uh-huh.
read. If he doesn't know
Exactly.
about it, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
don't
that's-
think he is.
That's another thing. Like, if your religion is so amazing, then why all the secrecy?
Yeah.
You know, why keep secrets?
And just one more, like my last question.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
You believe in God, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I do not. Yeah.
Yeah. So why?
Why don't I?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no, for me, it hasn't been, there's not enough proof. And the only gods that people talk about or believe in or pray to have come from like written books. And there's so many different religions all over the world that there's a lot of reasons.
Yeah, because I do believe like people might change her like his or her point of view according to some situation that this person can control in life. So even though if you're trying to prove like in order to believe in something, I have to see, I have to feel it. You might never do that just because you don't have like that faith. I would say like, okay, there's faith, there's everything, hey, there's faith, there's every single thing, because there's a lot of people in the Bible that prove the existence of God. Even like the smartest people in the world, they also were trying to prove that there's no God. But in the end of the day, they repent themselves, they regret. So I'm not judging, I'm not saying like you're wrong or you're right, but you don't believe in God right now. But a couple years ago, you used to believe in Jehovah. So of course you had to like jump like to some conclusions that there is no God, or maybe what you were doing in the past were not right. So I was just trying to understand.
Yeah, for a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, God and Watchtower, which is the Jehovah's Witness organization, are so tightly intertwined that it's hard to separate. And there are a lot of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses who do become Christian, who become Catholic. Most of us end up not believing anymore because they
puts a bad taste in your mouth.
yeah, plus they demonize all religions. They say all religions are bad. We have the only one. And once you realize, well, that's not it either. And so, I mean, I'm open to ideas. I love learning about other people's religions and beliefs. But personally, I don't see myself believing any of the written
It's probably an
ones.
after effect of being JW. Like, especially if they said, oh, all religions are of being JW. Like, especially if they said, oh, all religions are like, you know. Like, why are you saying that anyway?
Yeah, they would go in depth about the negative qualities of other religions and the teachings that don't make sense about other religions, but they never talk about their negative qualities and the things that don't make sense about their religion.
Exactly.
They're throwing rocks.
Yeah.
And the Bible says you're supposed to throw a rock as if you live in a glass house.
They've got that rafter in their eyes.
Do you remember sitting Sunday at the meeting and someone would give a comment and be like, oh, I was studying with someone, she believed in the Trinity. Like it was such a stupid thing that these silly people, they believe in the Trinity. Like, look down with like this snotty.
They used to call other
attitude.
people goats. And then I remember they did start telling people, maybe we shouldn't call them that anymore. We just call them, what do they call them? People who didn't believe or didn't want to be JWs or goats.
Yeah.
Lost sheep, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like, yeah, and you'll see that in other religions too. Like, any Christian religion, like, they will make fun or they will,
everyone else.
or they'll shun.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially Wiccan culture, especially.
Huh.
Wiccans will look down on other people.
No, the Christians look down on the.
I was like,
It's like,
Perfect, like what you guys doing.
Cool.
Nothing against.
yeah, thank you for asking questions.
we don't want to
This is
start.
what we
don't want to start a war or anything. We just want. We just want to,
Get some information.
Yeah.
Because done the right way or done another way, it could probably be a great force for good. You know?
Yeah. Just make some changes.
Yeah.
Would you mind getting us a video of us real quick, just like standing right here with our posters? Would you mind just holding it?
I think it's not right. Like,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
take a picture of you with right there.
yeah, just a picture of
with
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Just
there.
you don't have to
Oh
push
no,
the
don't
button.
do
Yeah,
anything.
just hold it.
Just hold it.
Like
just
this.
like that. And yes,
just-
thank you.
Hey guys.
Where do I press?
Oh, you're not pressing.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You too.
Thanks, buddy. Have a great day.
Have a good
Okay,
one.
y'all started without me. Hello, Park Stacy. Look, Adrian's on, Trisha's on.
Everybody's on them.
Dang,
Yeah.
43 people are watching right
We've got
now.
40,
That's
44
nuts.
now. I want. Kay says I want to start a worship. Kay is so mischievous. Parks and
Oh my gosh.
Alright, we can
Cool.
kind of shut it
Yeah,
down
I
and
guess
get
we
out of here.
probably should
It's
get
cold.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool. It started to warm up for a second, then it got
Yeah, it was really
that
nice.
wind.
It's the wind. Yeah. Yeah. So he's gonna go talk to them now. So.
There we go.
Yeah. Well,
Again.
I know. That's good to get, all points of view and stuff.
You guys are doing this, like,
Thank you.
I started my little thing on social media about the self-help industry.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
It's
Yeah.
just amazing. Like, I've been looking at it a lot. I've been doing a lot of research, and like every single time I look at like the pros and cons of self-help, I usually only see the pros. I'm like, okay, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Plus, I've been doing a lot of research in psychology about,
Sorry.
about this and like and how be positive all the time, have motivation all the time.
Yeah.
Like, let's get it
You've
out
got to
there.
have
Yeah.
negatives.
You gotta have the balance.
Yeah,
And,
balance.
like,
Yeah.
because people associate
Thank you,
like,
Kate.
to look at it because being happy all the time.
Go
but
back to
take
your corner at
specific-
JWC.
Take specific feelings, happiness, laughter, sadness.
Catch
guilt,
up on.
anger,
Sorry
all
that
blah,
we
blah,
missed you
blah.
guys' comments. We missed like
Categorize
a
those
lot of
positive
them.
or negative. Now you take it a different context. You've hurt your child. Is guilt negative now, or you've
Right. Yeah.
or your mother just died? Is sadness now?
Good point.
Yeah.
So
What was your name?
my name's Nick. I'm an instructor here.
Oh,
So.
Vulcan Raven, or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right. He saw us. He saw our live stream. That was
I
cool.
did.
Yeah, that was so cool that you joined that. That was
Yes,
fun.
I was like, oh, I don't know. Sometimes I don't always get the notification, but like I said, I think that's a YouTube thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You
It's
gotta
a
hit that
YouTube.
little bell.
I did
Hit the bell, people.
Hit the bell. But like I said, I think it was a YouTube thing because like even like some of my favorite YouTubers,
Yeah.
I'll see that they'll go live and it's like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. That happens to
Oh.
me too. I don't get all of them either.
All right.
And then by the end, it's already
See.
halfway over. I'm like, okay, thank you so much, YouTube. Need to fix that algorithm.
I don't know. Yo, I'm liking the longer hair.
So is the gentleman
Well, I
She's
don't
gonna
like
cut
it for
it.
too long.
She's gonna cut
I'm
it like immediately.
was
hating it. I'm only waiting
No,
because
he
I'm.
was just wondering. So
Oh.
yeah, but no, he was over here. And
Barely
he was there. He's just trying
Yeah.
to figure things out.
Like billions in other religions. Why be condescending and call them names?
Which is never wrong. It's never
No.
wrong.
Because
It
they're
isn't.
stupid heads.
I know.
Yeah, well,
Good
anyway,
one.
'cause I'm pretty sure, I think Stacy told you my story, like about what happened with me and one of my friends who was into self-help. It was like, he had some deaths in his family, and then me as a person, I use empathy a lot, because I know what it's like to lose somebody. Like, because his grandmother died, my grandmother died, so I was like, I'm so sorry, dude, let me know if you need anything, and I gave him this alone time, it's like, take some time, be by yourself. 4 days later, I'm like, how you holding
Oh,
up?
I've got a lot of comments to go
And then
back
he
through.
says, you need to be more independent, quit overcaring. I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Just because you were trying to help him.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, what in the world? Yeah.
There's a lot of cults. There's a lot of cults out there we
It
didn't.
is, yeah, so like me, like, 'cause I feel like the self-help industry is becoming like a cult too.
Cool, thanks.
Especially
Vivir
like,
es
if
Cristo.
you're looking at books that say
I've got like 6 signs
for
here.
your life or 7 habits of successful people. I'm like, quit telling people how they should live. Just say what they.
And if you do a lot of suppressing, like your negative emotions and feelings, that's gonna build up. You're gonna blow up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me get this back to you.
Sure.
I don't want so much, Nick. You're welcome. Yeah.
My
so
self-therapy,
it
I had to
really-
lash out.
It just really took me
Same,
by surprise. that
Adrian,
you
same
did that,
here.
I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this is really weird. And then he lost another friend
Good
months
point,
ago.
fading jeeper.
And then again, I did the empathy thing. I'm like, just let me know. Like, you look like you're okay,
Yeah.
Just let me know if you need anything, because he would like every single time I would try to talk to him, he would like use 1-word answers or like,
Right.
2-word answers. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Blah blah blah. It's like he's building walls.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're depressed, dude. But I don't want to point it out. I don't want to point it out because then he said it's like, yeah, you're
All right,
way
guys.
off. And I'm
Well,
like,
we're gonna
and I
take
talk
off.
to a lot of psychology
So,
people. And
thank
it's
y'all for
like, yeah,
watching.
it's,
And
He's building walls. He's what they call.
yeah, we
projecting.
educated a few people. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
It's
so
like, yeah.
want to thank Nick for joining us here.
And the faithful slave.
Oh God! Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Share with your friends.
Share with your friends.
Share with
I
your
love how
friends.
that lady jumped right on that. She's like, "Oh, y'all are just doing this for viewers."
Oh, so it's about the subscribers
Yes,
then.
it's-
No, I'm just letting you know that we're kind of a big deal.
Oh God! There's that faithful slave.
Mr. Faithful Slave.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, bye everybody. Hope y'all have a great day, and thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.